What's up guys, how you doing today? It's Angry Roleplayer once again, and today I want to show you the build that I have planned for the upcoming Abyss League and the Path of Exile, which starts in less than 10 days. And this is the build that I have planned for the league as a starter, and next I will maybe get bored and transition to the other build. But this build, I really wanted to play it now, and I really wanted to play it in the upcoming league as well. This is called the Dark PACT TOTEMS Scion Ascendant build, which uses the Scion and the Ascendant as the Ascendancy. So I will go over the build and how the shit works. Basically, it uses a Dark PACT skill as the main damage dealer with the Spell Totems. The Spell Totems sacrifice a portion of their life, they exceed 6% of the maximum life, to do the maximum damage based on their amount of maximum life the totem has. And the more life the totem has, the more damage it does. And faster casting speed, the faster the totems cast shit, also transition into more damage per second, and that's it. So fast totems, a lot of totem life, transition into higher Dark PACT damage, and basically that's it. That's how it works. There's a couple of crucial items that makes the whole shit works. First is the Soul Mantle. Soul Mantle gives us a 15% increased totem life, so it basically doubles the whole fucking damage. Also, it's an effective 7 link, so Circuited Gems are supported by level 20 Spell Totem, which is absolutely ridiculous. This is the best for any Spell Totem build. Also, one can have up to 1 additional totem summon at a time, and with the Ancestral Bond, we have 3 totems at a time. Well, with the Soul Mantle loss. The only disadvantage of using Soul Mantle is we have one additional, we have random level 20 curse on us when our totems die, and they die all the fucking time, like after around 10-12 casts. So they die all the fucking time, and we get cursed all the fucking time. But we actually counteract it with this rings called Kikazaru rings. Is the Topaz ring, and Kikazaru rings gives us 40% reduced effect of causes in us. And with both 2 rings of this, we get 80% reduced effect of curses in us. And another thing that really helps to completely negate the curse effect is there's Ascendancy. This is the Guardian. 25% reduced effective causes. Now this is the Ascendant one we take, and we go to the Templar here, and basically that completely negates all the curse effect on us. And another thing that is very important is the Self-Flagellation Viridian Jewel, which gives 20% increased damage per curse on us, and it also gives us 1 additional curse on us, so we have 2 curses on us. This is multiplies each other, and it gives us around like 30-35% additional damage. If we remove this, you can see my damage will drop dramatically. So this is it. I will go over the tree really quick, and then we'll go over the rest. So first we'll start with the Templar Ascendancy here. Go take mana, then go a bit life here, then go to the first Totemic Mastery here, just get maximum total life and cast speed. Then go here up, get more life, then get to the Mind of a Matter. Then try to get Shamanistic Fury as fast as possible. Then basically just spell damage, cast speed, crit chance, try to get more crit chance. Then we'll get increase the red damage, will greatly boost our damage as well to get it as fast as possible. Basically get more life. This build is quite tanky. We have 6,000 life and 2,000 mana, as well as almost 1,000 of energy shield. And this is with basic gear, like nothing crazy. So that's around like almost 9,000 effective pool of damage that we can take. Basically then it's just life, more mana for Mind of a Matter, Shaman's Dominion, which is very important to get. Globally increases crit strike chance to summon the totem recently, and also gives a multiplier for the totems. Then at this, somewhere around this point, I think we might get another Ascendancy, which we'll get to the shadow part. So we'll get part of the shadow here with the Shadow Ascendancy, and basically for this Ascendancy we will take the chaos damage here on the shadow part, chaos damage, coordination, then we go more life here on top, trickery, just more crit chance, then we'll crit multiplier here, and then that's it. Next, as fast as possible, once I get the soul mantle, I will transition to the ancestral bond, of course. By the time I get ancestral bond, I think I will even get there as fast as possible, not take all life here. So it will be like this, here ancestral bond, then here, then I will take the shadow, and then the last node should be arcane potency and more crit. That's it. And the absolute last like points here, and around level 90 like plus, will be this method of madness and different chaos damage here in the shadow area. But this is like 95 plus here already. It's not even important here at all. So basically this is it. Like I said, prioritizing totem damage, totem life, global crit multi, crit chance for spells, and that's it. The build is pretty tanky, like I said, 6000 life, so it's incredibly strong as well. So for the items, I settle up on skin for now, but no, the dagger just with the shield charge gives us mobility, but I have no problems, and I will transition to the Vans because skins are pretty hard to get with good spell damage. They mostly drop like shit all the time, so it's very hard to get skin with the spell damage in crit multi and crit chance at the same time, so it's pretty hard to get. I'll mostly go with the Vans and just use Flame Dash for mobility. Spirit Shield is mandatory, just very high crit, spell damage and cast speed. Also, it's very important to get a lot of life here as well. The Socklet is the Helm, and the enchantment should be the Dark Pact damage here. This is very good, a lot of life and free res, like basically just resistance, mana and life and Dark Pact damage enchantment here from the lab. Soul Mantle, like I said, is effective 7 link that we have. The gauntlets basically just strength, dex, because we're lacking dex. If we want to use Ice Golem, basically cast speed, maximum life, resistance, nothing else more. The boots are basically free res boots with life, move speed as max as possible, and the enchantment should be increase attacking cast speed. If we've killed recently, we'll be killing recently all the time. That's why you basically get a massive amount of cast speed towards our totems, which is very good. The amulet is basically just spell damage, crit, life, strength, whatever. 2 Kikazara rings. The belt is basically just strength, life, free res. The flask are life flask, basalt, overflowing chalice. I really like overflowing chalice, but if you don't like overflowing chalice, I might still consider using Quicksilver for the movement speed, for the clear speed as well. Experimental silver flask, immunity to shock and gives us onslaught. Onslaught is very important to have. Diamond flask is for reduce crit chances, is incredibly strong, and I have power charges, onslaught, and basically can't drown and killed recently here set on my calculation here. So jewels are just totem life, max life, cast speed while holding a shield, global crit multi, damage increase, something like this, but I will concentrate on increased totem life because the more life our totems have, the more damage they transition into Dark Pact. This is very, very important. And one of the first important jewels to get when you have the Spider Silk Soul Mantle is the Self-Flagellation. 20% increased damage per curse. We get 2 curses in us, so we get double curse and get around like 30 multiplicative % increased damage there. So that's it. The rest of the gems is mostly just crit life and totem life. That's it. So for the skill set, like I said, this is the effective 7 link, and in matter of importance, we get Dark Pact, Void Manipulation, Control Distraction, Aided Chaos. I will also get increased crit strikes when we get like enough crit for this to become our crit multiplier to become really effective. So Dark Pact, Void Manipulation, Control Distraction, crit strikes, Aided Chaos damage is very important. It's one of the first to get ever. And then it's just basically Conk effect. Concentrated effect is very important to have. It does more damage than crit damage, than efficacy, and more than fasty casting. So Conk effect is incredibly powerful in this point. So Flame Dash with casting will be mobility. If you really want, if you have like the dagger, you can use shield charge fortify with faster attacks. And the important, this is the important casting thing that debuffs the bosses with, so they would take more chaos damage. This is Wither, faster casting, increased duration, and Arcane Surge. Arcane Surge also increases all spell damage based on the amount of mana that was spent with Wither. So do not build your Arcane Surge very high. Like I prefer around like 3 to 10 levels max. Everything else, it just becomes very problematical and just very high. So everything else is not really important. I prefer to use Ice Golem, but Stone Golem will be good for regeneration as well. We'll use also Clarity. Clarity is very good for mana regen as well. And basically this is it. Like I said, this is it. And the Ascendancy, we will take Templar with the Guardian Ascendancy. Our allies affected by our auras have 5% additional block chance and increase attack speed, cast speed, and movement speed. Then we have the Shadow Ascendancy with the Path of the Shadow, so we could get more chaos and go from there and get eventually get the Method of Madness there. You know, overall between the chaos damage and getting more crit, I will prefer more chaos damage here, because getting crit requires you to go all the way up here or all the way to the Fraud Seeker, which is pretty hard to get. I do not recommend going to the Atrophy here, because it takes a while to get there. I will just go there down to the Method of Madness. I think this is like the best thing to do. So I will leave this Path of Building link for you guys. I will kind of can use this if you wish. Like I said, prioritize totem damage, totem life, crit damage for spells, crit multiplier. We use power charges definitely. So don't forget for Arcane Potency here on top, and don't forget that area damage is very important and Conk Effect is the king. So this is it guys, thanks for watching and see you soon.